coming into autumn and winter can be a real trigger point for some people to start to feel their mood really dropping, or for a period of depression to kind of rear its head again. And if you were to search about that, you'll probably find something like seasonal affective disorder. The theory behind that being it's because you're not getting enough vitamin D, not getting enough sunlight, and that's ultimately affecting your brain chemistry. Now, that's a really important factor, I think, and something to bear in mind. So people get those sort of sunlight lamps, or you might just have to try and get outside a bit more, that kind of thing. But to just assume it's purely biological, I don't think is fair. I think there are other factors as well. The first, and one you might not consider a lot of the time, is often when you've had a period of depression, either there's been some loss involved there, or indeed you feel on your own, or you feel alone, or you have had winters previously that have been really hard. That means that something positive like bonfire night, Halloween, but in particular Christmas, might actually hold really difficult emotions. It's theoretically, everybody else seems really happy and there's tinsel everywhere, but you can't think about Christmas without thinking about the people that you've lost that you wish were here. You can't approach Christmas without, if you feel alone, without noticing that everybody else seems to be happy and have family everywhere. And that drops my mood as well. So it's the principle that positive things can also make you feel really low, because that's what brains do. They compare it to last year. They compare it to what other people have. That's normal. And that might be part of what's dropping your mood too. So I suppose letting go of the expectation that you should be able to be happy just because everybody else is, or just because it's Christmas, taking into account what you've got going on and what you've had going on is important there. There is another factor as well, which is the things that we usually like to do become harder in the winter. So if you play summer sports, all of a sudden they're off. Even just going for a walk is more of an effort than it usually would be, and it's not immediately as satisfying. And that can really get in the way, particularly if you think of yourself as a fair weather person. And it's not an easy thing to do, but one of the ways around that is to try and find winter activities that can replace that or can give you some of it. So, for example, what we tried to do last year when we felt some of this kind of coming in was, well, let's see if we can make an event out of going for a walk in our wellies. It's a right hassle. So in this, we've got 3 kids. So in the summer, getting their trainers on is bad enough, but getting them all layered up to then go out and put all our wellies on is a hassle. And we often don't want to do it, but we always feel better when we have. That can be a part of it as well. It's just harder to do things that you actually like.